Well, there we go. What's up, everyone? Aaron Negler here with Cheesehead TV, coming to you live on Tuesday morning. Packers have another off day from the field. Then they will hit the practice field 3 straight days prior to Saturday's cut down to 53, which has to happen by 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. Hello, everybody in the comment section. And first of all, let's have a moment for Big B, who has to go to school. I mean, what is this world coming to when the youth of America can't sit and chat some Packers early in the morning and instead have to attend institution of learning? This is where we're going wrong as a country. So anyway, shout out to Big B. I hope he listens later. And hello to everybody in the comments on all the social channels. Great to see everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all carrying the G wherever you are. I know Jill is. Good morning, Jill. How are you? Hello from Alaska. What's up, Silas? How are you? Good morning from Cali. Good morning from New York City. Good to see everyone. Joan's here. Hi, Joan. How are you? Josh, how hard is it to keep content coming daily with the muzzle the Packers brass put on you? Thanks for doing your job. I don't think it's a muzzle, really. I mean, certainly there are restrictions and guidelines, and it's a very unique circumstance. So you work around it. You're always kind of working under some kind of restrictions about what we can report and what we're allowed to say or not say when reporting from camp. It's just a little more stringent, no doubt about it. But, look, I spent the entirety of the offseason chatting Packers with you guys each and every day, and there was absolutely nothing going on. So, restrictions or no, just having football to talk about is a step in the right direction. I'm, of course, excited for the season, but I'm really excited to see what this defense can do. Silas, I'm with you. I don't think I've made any secret about the fact that I haven't seen much in the way of, improvement up front and or with the guys on hand as far as much of a difference when it comes to defending the run. And I do think a lot of this is going to come down to Mike Pettin. If they can get teams in passing situations, they're going to be cooking with gas. They are going to be able to rush the passer, and they are going to be able to cover on the back end. I do still wonder, though, about some of these physical rushing attacks that they might see and whether they'll be up to the task or not. We'll see how that plays out. Dustin, thanks for the super chat. Hey, Aaron, the thing I miss most about no preseason is not getting to see kickoff coverage team of Kamal Martin, Lovett, Ty Summers, and A.J. Dillon. Well, yeah, you might have seen that. You might not have. Who's to say? But I do kind of miss preseason. I'll never say I really miss it, period, but I kind of miss it. Just the little appetizer before the main event. But I wouldn't mind 2 preseason games. I think that's more than enough for the coaches' purposes, etc. But 4 preseason games, definitely don't miss it. Do I have any family night news? I do not, Northwoods. As I said yesterday, my suspicion now, given that it is so late in the day, is A, they're probably not going to have a family night, and B, they're probably going to do something else, quote unquote, in lieu of it. I don't know what on earth that might be. I'm absolutely throwing darts here, but I can't imagine that one of these next 3 practices is going to be televised. Even though, I know the Cowboys did it, 2 days ago. So it's just wait and see. I mean, like I said, if you go back and you read, it's still on Packers.com because I went and looked because I thought I was losing my mind. They did say they were going to, despite, not allowing fans into camp, etc., they were going to produce a family night event. And then info would be forthcoming. And then info never forthcame. So we'll see what's going to happen in that regard. What happens with Jimmy G? You mean Jimmy Garoppolo or Jimmy Graham? Either one, they're on different teams and not on the Packers. Although Jimmy Graham is reportedly the best player in camp in Chicago. Yikes. Mo Nation Motivation, what's up? Can't wait for Messi to go to Man City. Well, that's one hell of a super chat. Thanks so much. And I'm just going to have to go cry when that happens. Hey, Aaron, how much of the early weeks do we write off to rustiness? Well, I think there'll definitely be some of it. And I don't know if are you talking about camp or you're talking about once the regular season starts? With camp, it's kind of like OTAs and mini camp, really. And then progressed really quickly to pads and hitting and training camp. But as far as once, the games are real, so to speak, I think there'll definitely be some rustiness, and I think we're going to see some ugly football. There's zero question about that. And I'm not talking just Packers-Vikings. I'm talking across the NFL landscape. I think that's unavoidable at this point. So, yeah, I would take everything we see. And I pretty much do this every year, but more so than a regular season. I think you really have to take these first couple games with a grain of salt as far as what type of team this is going to be. Preston, thanks for the super chat. MVS or Lazard with a 800 to 1,000 yard season? Give me Lazard there. I just think he'll have more opportunity. And thanks for the super chat. I know the headlines about MVS have been really positive, and there's a reason for that because he's looked really good. But Lazard is going to get more opportunities than MVS. I have little doubt of that. Dustin, thanks for the super chat. Jimmy Graham being the best player in Bears camp is the proverbial prettiest girl in the trailer park. Oh, that's horrible. It says more about the Bears than it does about JG, sorry. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Nagy, picks his quarterback, because now I hear that he's actually going to name a starter before the week 1, and B, how he shapes the offense around whoever that is. Ugly football is still better than no football. Yeah, Thomas, pretty much nailed it there, buddy. Joey, thanks for representing Big B. Jamal Williams is the GOAT. The GOAT! I know your ear is to the ground, close to a deal with David. My ear is to the ground, but I'm listening for approaching cars and trucks. I'm not hearing anything in regards to contract negotiations when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. No one keeps me in any loops. But I still maintain, I won't be surprised if they get it done prior to week 1. I would think if they don't, there's a good chance he ends up with a franchise tag next spring. Aaron, off topic, when are you coming to California? Don't be scared of the dark side. Well, from what everyone tells me, it's not the dark side. It's supposed to be lovely out there, right? Look, I'm just not a West Coast person. Every time I go to the West Coast and I wake up in a hotel or somebody's house, whatever, I always feel like I'm late. Like the world has started 3 hours before me. The news is generated off the East Coast, off New York. And, you wake up in California, 7 a.m., it's 10 a.m. here, and life is already like 3 hours ahead of you. I constantly feel like that when I'm in California. And that's not, I'm not knocking California. I get it. Like, there are things about it that people love, especially game days. I know you guys can actually watch football, like the quote unquote primetime games, and then go out afterwards. Like, that's kind of cool. I got to admit. But the tailgating scene, yikes, man. Just a yikes. You got to get up so damn early. I'm an East Coast guy. I like it over here. Aaron, come back to Chicago. I like Chicago a lot. I love Chicago, but no, I'm in New York probably for the rest of my life. Journo took a stab at the 53 yesterday. Will there be repercussions for him? I'm interested to find out, honestly. I had the same thought you did, Gary. Are we allowed to do that this year? I mean, you got to imagine that teams, scouts, what have you, personnel, people from other franchises, they'll be looking. They'll be consuming that content. I would doubt there's repercussions, but I guess we'll find out. Who do I think gets that fourth edge spot? Kevin, speaking of not being able to talk about certain things. I don't know. I think Tippa's got a shot. I think Sullivan's got a shot. I think Garvin's got a shot. Those are your three contenders. And I'm not gonna horse race them because I don't want to get in trouble with the Packers. But those are the three names I would circle in your program. Nags, in my opinion, Packers could be one of the teams to get off to a better start this year because it's year 2 in the system, and a lot of the same guys are starting from last year. Your thoughts? I could not agree more. And it's something I've been talking about pretty much all summer. The continuity within the Packers organization is really going to serve them well in a pandemic-laden 2020 season. There's zero question that, as you state, being in year 2 of Matt's system, and we've seen that on the practice field day in and day out over the last couple of weeks, is really going to help. They've really hit the ground running. They're a lot sharper. They're a lot more focused. There aren't as, although the other day there were a few, but there aren't nearly as many, dumb kind of procedural pre-snap penalties. We saw a bunch of that last summer as guys were trying to get used to it. Haven't seen much of any of that this year. I do think they're going to be a crisper, more efficient offense. And then on defense, they've added, I think, enough talent that they can continue to win games, be opportunistic. I do still worry about the run defense, but I'm with you. I think the continuity of their entire program and the fact that they are bringing back so many of the same guys can only help them, especially early on in the season. Once you get into October/early November, I think obviously teams are going to be hitting their groove and are going to be adjusted and or acclimated. But early on in the season, I think that will pay off in spades. No doubt about it. Oh, yes. Sorry. Sullivan. No, Williams. Yes, you're correct. So I was thinking Chandon Sullivan for some reason. I have no idea why. Yes, Tim Williams. Sorry. Thank you. Need some more coffee. I have a ton of confidence in second season Jace. What do you think? I very much have a lot of confidence in second season Jace Sternberger. And I know he hasn't actually had a, barnstorming training camp. Obviously, he literally had COVID-19, had to recover from that, and then be eased into things. I think once the season starts, he is going to be a problem for opposing defenses. He's going to be a matchup chess piece for LaFleur. I think he and Bobby Tonyan are in for a fun year. Krista, I'm still a little bit sad that I won't be able to go to a game this year, but as long as there's Packers football, I'm happy. I'm right there with you. It really hit me my last night in Green Bay prior to coming back here to New York. I took a picture of Lambeau and, said, I'll see you next year. It's crazy to me. The last 4 or 5 seasons I've gone back to Green Bay for all the home games. And now this season I won't be there for any of them. And it's obviously very, very different, very, very weird. But the silver lining is we'll be here doing watch parties each and every game day. So come join us, the Cheesehead TV, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are, because it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oren Burks is the Terrell Manning, Josh Jones pick. Bust. It happens. Whew, Brian, I'm still not ready. Still not ready to put him down as a bust. Not there. Seen enough glimmers of hope this summer to say, okay, is he going to play up to his draft position? Maybe not, but he can still contribute to the team and still help them. But yeah, it's trending that way. I won't sugarcoat that. There's no doubt about that. Jesse, thanks for the super chat. Negs, can't wait for September 13th. It's my 30th birthday. We were supposed to go to the game, but getting to play at Minnesota with no crowd noise is a birthday gift enough. What they would really be able to do if they wanted to honor your birthday is not play the fucking horn, but we know they most definitely will. So happy birthday to you on September 13th. And here's to a big time Packers victory, Jesse. I'm down with that. Popeye's Beef is here. What's up, buddy? Why do you think the staff let go / underutilized Vitale, then drafted DeGuara? Money? I don't think it's money. I think they wanted somebody with a higher ceiling athletically, and DeGuara certainly has that. I like Danny. You guys know I pined for him every week. I wanted him involved way more in the game plans week in and week out. Hell, I teased LaFleur about it on a couple of occasions publicly. But all of that said, there were limitations there. He was not exactly the most fluid of athletes. He certainly was a hit and miss prospect as far as a lead blocker in the actual running game, which traditionally is where you want to use your fullback. There was more than enough question marks when you look at the tape that it made sense to go get somebody who can not only fill all of those roles that Danny was asked to do, but can also do other things and do a lot more. And I think that is DeGuara. Now, I don't think we're going to see a lot of that early on because I think he's going to take some time to acclimate to the NFL. But I think more likely than not, next year is the year he's really going to start balling out. But I do think we will see him intermittently in 2020. Nicholas, thank you for the super chat. I can't believe we are just days away from seeing Rodgers' majestic goat trot onto the field. Mere days away. I like it, Nicholas. I like it a lot. Jack, sorry, Mark Murphy. Oh, of course. What does the right side of the O-line look like week 1, Mike? I wish I could tell you. This is a gray area for me because I'm not allowed to say what we've seen. I'm not allowed to guesswork about depth charts, etc. So I can't really give you what I think is gonna happen. I think more likely than not, my guess would be it's going to look almost identical to last year, except I think right tackle will be different. And that's where I'm at. I miss William Henderson. Me too, man. Then I go to, what do you think of Greg Jennings being one of the analysts for the season opener? Oh, they have a sense of humor, if nothing else, there at Fox. Because he played for both teams. Get it? Also, it says how much of a non-marquee matchup they consider it to be, since Greg Jennings, I believe, is on the lowest of the totem pole when it comes to the teams that call games for Fox. So that shows you where the heat is on the Packers-Vikings rivalry index, at least as far as national interest goes. Bryson, thanks for the super chat. Nirvana or Pearl Jam? Oh, this isn't even close. It's Nirvana. Come on now. And I love me some Pearl Jam, but come on. It's Nirvana in a walk. You mentioned Kamal Martin has had a good camp. Did he ever shine on any special teams during practice? Maybe that cannot be discussed. I mean, yeah, no, it can be discussed. He's certainly utilized there a bit, probably not as much as I would have thought. And that would suggest that they're probably thinking about utilizing him a lot more from scrimmage. But yeah, he's definitely on a few special teams, no doubt about it. And that's about all I can say about that. Dismantle the horn. You got that right. Hey, Nags, does a 53-man roster normally have 25 from offense, 25 from defense, and 3 from special teams? Daddy-O, it's never a clean break. Well, not never. Sometimes it is. But almost always you'll have 1 or 2 more guys on one side of the ball or the other. And a lot of times that will come down to, because, you know, it's usually like the lowest part of the roster trying to determine who helps you the most on special teams, who's actually going to be up on game days, etc. It doesn't have to be clear. There's no rule that it has to be delineated between, you know, certain numbers. You're always, I think year to year it changes, and every once in a while you'll have, okay, there's a few more guys on defense than offense, or vice versa. But yeah, it doesn't have to be. Thanks for making Tuesdays great again. Hey man, I'm here for you. How worried are you about the run defense? Same, worse, better than last year? Mike, I'll tell you this. My ongoing thing is always, I don't worry about anything except for my children. I'm kind of worried about the defense in the run game, though. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. James, thanks for the super chat. Based on what you've seen from the fringe offense and defense, how soon will it be until Olive gets a dog? Grab a curtain on me. Your content dominates everyone else's. James, that's an insanely generous super chat. Can't thank you enough. Although I'm starting to think maybe this is Olive in a burner account. But James, that is really, really generous of you. Olive is never going to get a dog, at least not from her father. It's really nice of you to keep asking, everyone. But it's never going to happen as long as I live here. So thanks for the interest. J.K. Scott is the GOAT. Patrick, thank you so much for the super chat. And he has the opportunity to be. He's just got to be more consistent. But we see great kicks again and again and again. And then we also see 1 or 2 really bad shanks and or mishits. If he can find consistency, yes, 1,000,000% he can be the GOAT. All right, guys, I got to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers with me. Please do me a favor and hit like on this video. Hit subscribe on the channel. If you're so inclined, please consider giving us $5 a month on our Patreon page, patreon.com/cheeseheadtv. It helps support everything we do. And hey, you know, support our sponsors as well. Our partners at the Packers Yearbook. The Green Bay Packers Yearbook, published every summer. It's very late this year due to COVID, but it is coming out this week. You can still get 10% off by using the code CheeseheadTVBook. That's CHTV Book. CHTV Book. That's all one word at packersyearbook.com. Get it delivered directly to your door. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Let's go Pack Go.